What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Caleb and I have lived in this beautiful home for 4 years, coming up in May. He bought this house in 2020, right before the pandemic hit, and we have been here ever since. This was his first home buy, and we have had so many memories in this home. We got married here. We've had some hardships in this house that we got together through. We've gotten new jobs here. Our relationship and our now marriage has stood the test of time in this home, and now that we are officially married, we want to build something from the ground up that we can just completely call ours and sort of has our personality and taste in it as well. So I'm super excited to take you guys today to the design center. I do plan on having sort of like a home series here on YouTube, just to kind of take you through the steps of building the home. It is now April 2024, and the home is not going to be ready until end of September or early October, so we have a long way to go, but I don't want to rush the process. Obviously, I want the home to be sturdy and long lasting. I do want this to be our forever home, and so yeah, I think this will just be exciting. My channel is all about lifestyle, fitness, and nutrition, and this is a little bit of that lifestyle piece, so hopefully you enjoy it. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know. But we have to go because our appointment is 45 minutes away. We're running late, so let's go. Now that you've had your coffee, tell the people how excited you are for our design center appointment.
Super excited.
Super excited. Stay golden, my friends.
Crown molding goes away, and now you get the larger crown molding that you see over here.
Nice.
So that is regardless of whether you do the 42 or the staggered, you're going to have the larger. A lot of tones that you can work with in here to pull for your island. I think that'll be a really nice contrast you could do.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
So all this was in your design catalog, just so
Oh yeah, I do remember this.
to put a railing there, so along the front and along the steps as well.
Okay.
We tell you that information now is the glass windows that you see right here.
Okay.
So this is a terrible
cool.
picture right there, but the hardware that you see at he's a designer now. We're just gonna change that. We use this every morning to make cookies for you guys. All the buttons are on the top, still a very sleek look. The biggest difference between this one and the level 2 to the oil rub bronze, I want to say it's about $250. Or we can talk about changing it altogether to the frameless shower door, which is more like the luxury shower. Shower head.
400.
Oh, did you say the cost? Sorry.
Yeah.
400, yeah.
That went so well. It took 3 hours. We were in there from 10 to 1, and we took the entire 3 hours, and we came prepared. There's some people that come in there that haven't looked at any of the design catalogs or anything, so but it was so fun, and we're just so excited to see everything come together. All right, so we got back from the design center a few hours ago. I just went to the gym shortly after and took a shower, and so now I'm ready to relax, and figured I would share with you guys sort of like the entire process. We got there at 10 a.m. and we didn't leave until 2 o'clock on the dot. And we were prepared prior to. They sent us a design catalog. It was like, I want to say anywhere between 60 to 70 pages with just so many options for the kitchen, for the tile, the bathroom, the carpet, the electric, the appliances, like everything in the house that requires some type of design element, it was in that catalog. So a couple of weeks prior, we sat down and just went through each page. We created an Excel sheet. We are both sort of type A. We like to be organized. We like to just lay everything out and sort of easily reference. So when we sort of make changes, we can also keep track of like the pricing and stuff when we swap things out. So we went in there with a plan. We knew what type of kitchen design we wanted. We knew what type of color we wanted on the cabinets for both the kitchen and the bathroom and everywhere else around the house. We knew what type of upgrades we wanted. So we were given a catalog where it was basically like 5 different tiers based on pricing. So most things that were labeled as level 1 was already included in the house, such as like the base level carpet, the base level tile. Most of the things that I wanted, of course, were not level 1, and they do that to make money, right? So those old sort of like brownish 80s looking cabinet colors, of course, that was included. So we opted in for some more modern styles and colors. I just knew that if we were moving, I wanted my dream kitchen because I love to cook. I want to love where I'm cooking. I want to love where I'm laying my head. I want to love where I'm spending 95% of my time. And a big part of why we're moving is because renovations in our current house are just as expensive as buying a new house. Caleb wanted a screen-in porch. That's something that we got included in our build in the back of the house. Instead of like a traditional deck, we're having a deck and a screen-in porch, and we got that quoted for our current house, and it was so expensive. And then thinking about like, I want a bigger bathroom, I want more closet space eventually. If we decide to have children, we need bigger rooms, we need bigger closets, and then ultimately, of course, a kitchen renovation. Contractors are not even coming out to quote you and do any major house project for under $30,000. We were in the headspace of, well, if we're already spending $30,000 for one project in the house, we might as well just buy a new one. That's a down payment for a new house. That's sort of like the background of how we made decisions of, you know, what we wanted in a house and why we're moving. So yeah, going back to the appointment, we started out with the kitchen because of course that takes the most time. The kitchen was just like a non-negotiable for me. Everybody knows that the kitchen makes or break the home. I spend so much time in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen 3 times a day. Like, it just was a non-negotiable. Caleb wanted a screen-in porch. That was a non-negotiable for him because he likes to relax outside and just chill, smoke cigars, play music in the comfort of his own home, and sip on some whiskey every now and then. So I am noticing nowadays that new construction builds aren't including a lot of things that 20 years ago when they were building homes. There are just some like things that aren't included that I remember when my parents were getting their house built in the early 2000s. Like, it was included, like the fireplace is not included, some doors like on the garage are not included, they're just like a remote to the garage is not included. Like, all of those things are extra now. Of course, it depends on the builder. So our builder is sort of doing a trade-off method with, well, yeah, you don't get a fireplace, but you have like this most updated, modern, high technology water heater. They made a lot of the inclusions that are already in the house more worthwhile versus like spending the money on things that could be optional that some people don't need. So I can appreciate that. They even have things that are included like soft close cabinet, so where like when you close the cabinet it doesn't slam, it just sort of slowly closes, which is really cool. The height of the cabinet is 36-inch versus 42-inch. Like, we had to make all those decisions. Moving on to the bathroom really did take the longest time. You know, I was very particular about how the bathroom looked. I wanted more of a contemporary warm style, and he wanted more of like a cool edgy tone. And I think that's like the pros and cons of having a husband that's really into design, interior design, fashion, art. Like, he has a preference, he has taste, he has style. He really likes those edgy industrial looks, whereas I wanted more of like a soft contemporary warm look for the bathroom because I was thinking more of like peace. I'm taking a bath. So we just were not on the same page with that for a while. I put pictures of like my Pinterest inspo versus what he wanted, and we ended up sort of just like going in the middle with like just this white marble neutral color. Not actual marble, we don't have money for that, but we went with like this marble looking ceramic tile that is white, and then we'll just sort of decorate the bathroom with a happy medium, because once the tile is put in, it's a bitch to try to get off and get renovated in the future. So we sort of just kind of went with like the sleek, timeless whitish, grayish, marble looking tone. I'm so upset because like they know that white cabinets are in and don't nobody want them brown cabinets, and those of course were level 1 tier. So the cabinets I wanted were level 3 which is kind of like, we were really trying to stay at like level 2 options because they had plenty of level 2 options, but the cabinet specifically, nothing that was like white or gray or just like a nice modern color was under level 3. So we ended up going with level 3 cabinets in the kitchen. The bathroom, we ended up doing the level 1, but I'm gonna get them painted immediately. Cabinets in the bathroom are more manageable to pay for and outsource for painting versus like the cabinets in the kitchen. Like it's tons of cabinets across the room, so they'll have to take it all off, and we just don't want to mess up that structure. And that's another thing too with the design center. So everything you don't pay up front is attached to your mortgage. So when you think about like, oh, it costs $800, it costs $500 to upgrade to this versus the included, I don't want to include that in my mortgage. I don't want that to be financed with interest and things like that, because overall houses do appreciate, mortgages go up. And we did a lot of research as well. Like if something is structural and it's gonna be a hassle to get it renovated in the future, let's just pay for it now. Moving on to the flooring, that also took a while too, because I think what's included is vinyl and we really wanted to do hardwood. So we ended up doing hardwood for the entire downstairs except his office, because there's a door, it's like a double door in the office, carpet in the office, because carpet is included. Upstairs, we're gonna do carpet. Something that we found online as well is don't upgrade your carpet, just get a carpet pad, so we'll get the same feel of like that cloud memory foam. So we ended up doing that and saved us a ton of money. For all 3 bathrooms and the laundry room and like the garage entryway, we just ended up doing like the included vinyl. It's not really a high traffic area. They're hidden off with doors being closed, and just wasn't really something we felt we needed like expensive hardwood for. Like it's the bathroom, so we ended up doing like the included tile or the included vinyl. One of the last things that we spent a good amount of time on was electric, so like extra outlets if we want like a speaker in the ceiling of the family room, if we want extra floodlights around the house. Some people drive like a smart car, do they need like a car charger, things like that. Extra lighting, ceiling fan, pre-wire. For our kitchen island, over the island we want like pendant lights, so we need to pay for the electric for that. And we also want ceiling fans in all the bedrooms. There's a drop zone area in the garage entryway that is, I think that was $1,800, and I really wanted that to be built with the builder. It's like sort of built within the house versus like you can order one off Wayfair for $300, but I just wanted it to be attached to the wall. We ended up opting out for that to replace it with something else. I think we just was like, okay, let's just move our money this way. So we're moving that, and I'm just gonna order a nice one on Wayfair. The backsplash, that was one of the very last things we were thinking about, because the backsplash is something that you can outsource with like Lowe's or Home Depot, but again, it was just one of those things where they're already building the house, like just put it up so we don't have to deal with it later. But the backsplashes I really want were like level 6 and 7. They were really expensive, and then like the level 1 and 2 they were just okay. I wasn't in love with them, so we ended up just saying no to the backsplash, and I'll outsource it probably like next year or so. In terms of like the house being painted, so something that we also researched is that don't include any paint on the walls. Just get the walls shell white or whatever the builders use for the house. Leave it there, because with your warranty they'll come out in a year and repaint everything. They'll patch any like holes or nails when you're putting up pictures and things. They will come and clean up all that stuff like 1 year later. So we're actually going to keep all the walls white until they come out after our warranty and fix things. I was actually really concerned because I was confused as to why something would be going wrong anyway. When we just bought the house, it's only been a year, like nothing should be popping off or breaking. But at the end of the day, it's humans that are building the house, and humans make mistakes. There's just some things you're not going to catch in your final few walkthroughs, and so I'm just glad that they have that warranty there in general, because you know, you got to give people grace as long as the house ain't falling in. So yeah, that was the design center appointment. We now have 7 days to sort of like give them the final like upgrades and stuff that we want, and just the final decisions. Once we sign that, like the decisions are final, which is so scary, but that's why they give you 7 days, and that's also why they recommend going through the catalog like a month before several times, so you can really just sit with your decision. So yeah, that's gonna kind of wrap up this design center appointment blog. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'm just glad I'm capturing it, because like these are memories with my husband that is just so fun and I love, and I wouldn't change anything in the world. I'm just so happy I'm doing this with him. I'm so glad he's involved and taking charge on this. Like, he is an alpha that be leading. Yes, I love that. Love that for me. Next documentation of the series will more than likely be in the summer, because that's when we are planning to put this house on the market, because that's typically the most popular time when people move, because they want to think about kids and starting school, and most people don't really move when it's cold out. So at least here in Virginia, a lot of people move like before Labor Day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you liked it. Leave a comment, leave a like. It really supports the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.